Alright guys, welcome back to Fanfiction Ideas, and today I'm going to be talking about an interesting one, and that is Ladybug, the Great War. So, in a nutshell, this is Ladybug in World War I, but it isn't Marinette. No, this is, as we all know, the lineage of Ladybug and the other miraculous holders passed down from centuries. Like, for millennia, it's been a title that has been going on for a long time. It's essentially been around for eons. It's been around for ages, and now this story is essentially a story that takes place in World War I. We actually do know a little bit of what happened, why there probably wasn't a miraculous holder in World War II, because Fu and his lover escaped the... Yeah, they straight up say they escaped the Nazis in Paris because the Nazis wanted the miraculous, which makes sense because, well, the Nazi inner circle were really obsessed with the occult, so it would make sense they would probably go looking for something that believed to have magical weapons. Yeah. But this also kind of but this isn't World War II. This is, like I said, World War I, or as it's called, the Great War. Because we all thought it was just going to be the one. Weren't we so naive back then? It would just be like, man, that was so terrible. There's no way we can have another big world war like that, right? Right? Why isn't anyone agreeing with me? Fuck. Anyway, so this story sets off in... Fu, as we know, is a very old person. So basically what is going on is that Paris is now going to be entering World War I. Germany is moving in, and Fu believes that he can use the miraculous to aid in the war against, the war that could be the end of the world, essentially. Because for those who don't know, World War I was like seen as the apocalypse back then. In the early 1900s, that was seen as like the apocalypse. And in this story, Fu is like, yeah, I want to help, so let me find someone who's worthy. And he meets this young woman named Sophia, who is a nurse who is attending to wounded soldiers. And he believes, yeah, she's perfect, so I'll give her the miraculous. He gives her the miraculous, but something happens when he gives the cat noir, the cat miraculous to a young boy. Turns out that kid was a German sympathizer, and now he has given he's basically given Germany a weapon. He has basically given them a super weapon. Now, it is to note, and the reason why I only know all this because my dad won't shut up for 5 minutes about World War I, is that basically what is going on is that Germany in World War I was a lot different from the Germany we saw in World War II. So we didn't have Nazis, but the Germans were not exactly nice guys, but at the same time they weren't like the insane goose-stepping assholes as before. The Kaiser was a very different person from Hitler. Not to say that's anything better, but like at the same time, Germany wasn't like the Nazis. So, but however, during this war, Germany was like, I'll take any kind of weapon. So hey, cat guy, you can make that stuff explode on a touch. Cool beans. So in this, the soldier whose name, I forget, what did I call him? It wasn't like Hans or anything. It was Johann. That's it. So Johann basically makes a partnership with Plague, even though Plague is like, I didn't want to be part of a fucking war. And he's like, no, you don't understand, is that this war, I was conscripted into it, and I don't like it either, but, you know, if we want this war to end and this destructive conflict to come to an end, then we need to work together in order to stop this war from, you know, spiraling out of control. And Plague's like, dude, it is already spiraling out of control. Have you seen the trenches? It's insane. But Johann is like, no. I know it's bad. I've lost two. I am a one of four brothers. Now I'm an only child, so I know this war is fucked up. But if you help me, Plague, we can put an end to this war, and then I'll let you go free. I don't want, I know this is not fun for you. This ain't fun for me either. But if we help the Kaiser and the German army conquer the French and anyone else, we can literally turn the tide and, this war can be over faster. So Plag's like, all right, fine, I will straight up help. And you're probably wondering now, what about the Ladybug of World War One? What's she been up to? Well, the Ladybug of World War One is totally not prepared for the front lines of World War One. She is in no way prepared for the horrors and atrocities that are being committed around the battlefront from both sides. Like, she's been helping, fight in the trenches, but she's seeing, because she was never on the front lines at first. She was always on, tending to people, healing them from a safe distance. She was never on the front lines, but now she's seeing just the gross, disgusting trenches and the just disease and the war and the atrocities that are being committed by not just German soldiers, but also, her own countrymen are committing these horrible acts on other people around the clock, and it's really starting to fuck her up, and it's making her a lot more aggressive. It's making her a lot more dangerous as the war drags on. It's just she's becoming more hostile. She's becoming more brutal, and Fu has been watching over both her and Johann. He's like, holy shit! I did not see. Woo. Oh dear. And here's the thing, the Lucky Charm, the Miraculous Ladybug, the Status Quo-Yo, don't do shit because it's not Hawkmoth, the Moth Miraculous, doing all this. So they can't Deus Ex Machina the battlefields or bring the dead back to life. There's there's literally nothing that can fix that. So Ladybug is just in this shit using Lucky Charms to MacGuffin against enemies like artillery fire or tank fire, or just trench warfare. She, if she runs into somebody, gets shredded by a machine gun, she's just left with this PTSD and forced to keep fighting. She's also seen as this angel of war by the French army as the war drags on. It's just kind of she's seen as the Rosie the Riveter for the French, or I guess you could say Wonder Woman for the Wonder Woman movie. So that was another major thing. So by the end of it, Fu, who's been overseeing this, is I am not giving out a miraculous. Whoa, this went too far. And the story I thought of is that basically it ends with Ladybug and Cat Noir fighting in the final battle between France and Germany in World War One, right before the American army showed up, and that was pretty much Dunskies for the Germans. So they both get killed. They both kill each other in the fight. And Plag and Tiki are horrified because they were forced to do this, and they were both forced to kill each other. Well, actually, no. Ladybug kills Cat Noir, and then she's like, holy shit, it was a guy no older than me. She grabs a pistol and just blows her brains out by the end of it. And Fu watches that, and he's like, oh my god. Oh dear. So that fucks up Fu enough to be like, maybe I shouldn't play God with the Miraculous and give them out, maybe I should care about who I pick next. Although you could make the argument he didn't try so hard with Adrian and Ladybug and Marinette, so you can, the jury's still out on that one. But yeah, that was kind of the idea, is that, when I saw that episode where Fu reveals, hey, I didn't want to pick anybody, and not during World War II. I was like, let's have a little fun and talk about why he doesn't want anyone to be Ladybug in a war or whatever. So yeah, I thought it would be kind of cool because France had a major role in World War One, and I was like, yeah, no one does. World War One's kind of making a weird comeback, so I guess we're getting nostalgia for now. Wars now. We got nostalgia for the 80s and 90s. Might as well get nostalgic for war. We are a fucked up species. I hope you all realize. But anyway, So there you go, guys. That is pretty much Ladybug, The Great War. You guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this? Do you have any ideas for this? And just comment below, let me know. And once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.